Hey Barry, it's Gabe Zollner here. I got a couple of questions. I haven't tried to chat with you for quite a while. Caught you on Fox News, although you weren't on Fox. They showed you blabbering about the VA and all the things that you're going to do to make certain that everything's looked after, because you're commander-in-chief and you won't tolerate any of this. I want to ask you a question, Barry. Do you know the definition of single payer? Would you agree that single payer means single source? In other words, that's where you sort of have to go to get whatever you need to get, because they're the ones that are going to look after everything that needs to be looked after. Would that be single payer? Now, what's the difference between single payer, Barry, and what happened with the Veterans Administration? When a veteran goes to the Veterans Administration, he has no choice. That's where he has to go. And the government controls single payer. So would it not be fair to say that the government, again, controls the VA, which means that it's controlled, no different than single payer would be controlled? Now, Obamacare isn't single payer, although all of the procedures and all of the policies are being dictated to the doctors by the federal government. The only difference between single payer and Obamacare is that the doctors themselves don't work directly for the government, but they have to adhere to all of the policies and all the terms and all the conditions. For example, doctors prior to Obamacare had 17,000 procedure codes. Now I understand they have 80,000 procedure codes. Again, the government is dictating to the doctors. So the only difference between Obamacare and single payer is that one element. You take away that one element and have all the doctors working for the government, then you have single payer. Would that be a fair assumption to make, Barry? You can't make the Veterans Administration's work. So how the hell do you propose to make Obamacare work, or for that matter, where it's ultimately headed, which is single payer? Because Obamacare already doesn't work. 3 states have given up on it, and there's more to follow. So the ultimate objective of what you're looking to accomplish is to go to single payer, which would be identical to the Veterans Administration. What would the difference be? There wouldn't be. You know what would happen, Barry? We've got, what, 40 deaths in Arizona? Probably a couple of hundred, maybe a couple of thousand. When you've got this thing running as single payer for the American healthcare system, you're going to have thousands of deaths. And you know it. That's part of the plan, is it not, Barry? It doesn't work. All that has to happen is Congress has to demand that they see the back end of the software for Obamacare. It's non-existent. It was never there. It was never intended to be there. And I don't know what the hell they're waiting for. If they went to look to see and find that there's nothing there, would it not end? Of course it would, Barry. You know it. I know it. Problem is, not enough Americans know it to demand that their congressional representatives investigate the back end of Obamacare. When are you going to come out and tell the American people the truth, Barry, that what you really want to do is take this country to single payer? No different than what's going on with the Veterans Administration. It doesn't work, Barry. You know it. I know it. The American people need to know it.